Okay, so we're on to part 3 in this video. At this point, the next thing I would like to do is add the hatchings or the colorings to the wall. Okay, so that's the filling in the walls here with the shaded color. So the first thing I need to do is change my layer to the actual hatching layer here. Okay, and now here's the hatching command. So let's click on the hatching command. And then it tells you to pick an internal point. So I can just select this. I want that wall. I want this piece, not the interior here. We don't want that. I want this one, this one. Just go select all of them and then close the hatching, and you've got all the hatching. So now, let's say if I switch to some other layer, I could simply turn that hatching layer on or off, and now it's not visible anymore. Or I can turn that hatching back on and it's all visible there. Okay. Just a note that here, let's delete this. Some of you might have had a problem if you clicked on hatching and you were, let's say, zoomed in real quick. Sorry, I'm actually on the door layer. Let's turn to the hatching layer. You come here, and let's say you tried to click something like this, and it had a problem. And it says, oh, a boundary cannot be defined. Well, if you click on Show Details, one of the possible, notice it gives hints for how to fix the problem. One of them says, zoom out until all boundaries are visible, then specify a new pick point. All right, so let's try that. Let's close. All I'm going to do, notice if I click here, it's not working. All I'm going to do is zoom out a little bit. And now let's click here and then it works. Okay, so if you get that error message, it's okay. The easiest thing to do is just to zoom out. So it is helpful to read those error messages, and they can oftentimes tell you what to do. Okay, so let's go through and redo what I had done here and close the hatching. Okay, so I've got all my hatchings now. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I want to put in some of the furniture. Okay, well, to do that, let's change my layer here to the furniture layer. Right now I could here start to create my own blocks. Right, I could draw a bed, create a block, add in those blocks for different beds, do the same for table, chairs, and everything. But I want to show you something else here. So AutoCAD has some built-in blocks to it already. So let me show you how you can access those. All right, go to Insert up here, the Insert tab, and then click on Content, or under this drop-down Content, there's Design Center. Okay, so now click on Design Center, and you'll see something like this pop up. Double-click on NUS here. Now click on Design Center, double-click there, and you see these different drawings here. One of them is called the Home Space Planner. If I click on that, and now I want to find blocks here. Okay, now click on blocks. And look at all these different blocks that you have. Okay, so from this you can actually drag it in. So I could go take a queen bed, drag it in. We could, I don't know, what else do we want to do? Just take a plant in here. I could put a table, a sofa. We can put a lamp. Lots of different things here. Okay, so I'm just clicking and dragging those in from the Design Center, and then I can place these as I would like. So I can, if I just click on the object and then you see this pick point that's there, just click on that and I could move it in here. If I want to rotate that to a different orientation, I could go back to the home. Here's the rotate. Let's select the object. Now press Enter. Then let's just rotate it however I want. There we go. Click on it. Now if I click this pick point, click and release, and then click again, there's the bed. Okay. I can take this and let's move. There's a little table there. Here's another table in here. Again, I can rotate this if I want. Let's rotate that. There we go. Alright, so now I've rotated this. I can put a plant at some location here. If you want to copy that, you can just click on the block and then hold Control C. There, Control C copies it. Click somewhere out here, anywhere, and then Control V, and you have the plant. So that's the same thing I did as just typing the copy command. Click the block, press enter, pick some point, and then click anywhere I want. I can put a plant there. Let's put a plant here. Okay, so yeah, we'll leave that one there. Oh, here's my sofa. We can go put this in anywhere we want. Now I would need to rotate it. Alright, so there's how you can add some of the blocks that are built in. Alright, so if I want to add another bed, I can Control C, click somewhere out here, Control V, there's another bed. I'll press escape. Okay, let's delete that one. I don't want that one. Okay, so again, the way that I found those, I went to Insert, Content Data Center. If you click on this little home button up here, that brings you back to where we started, but again, it was in US Design Center. And let's say you want something for the kitchen. I can click on the kitchen here, and then here's blocks, and then we have lots of different things. Here's a oven top, here's a single sink. Okay, in the kitchen I have a oven, you have a, you know, what else do I have? I think I have a double sink like this. Okay. So now I can put these in the kitchen. Now let me show you one other thing that is useful here. So right now, let's say this is a little bit small and I want to make this a little bit bigger. Okay. I can do that by using this scale right here. Okay, so I click on Scale, click on the object itself, press Enter. Now the next thing it says, specify a base point. So just click anywhere. Let's click on this corner. And now let's specify a scale factor. Let's make it, I don't know, 2 times bigger. 2, Enter. And now it's made it twice as big here. Okay, so now that oven's a little bit bigger. So if I want anything, let's say I want this maybe a little bit smaller. Again, let's click on the scale, select the object, press Enter, just pick any point on it. There's a base point, and now let's say half smaller, 0.5, press Enter, and now it's half smaller. Okay, so again, you can go through and make the drawing look like this now, where you can go find all this furniture that's in the design center. Right, there's the bathroom stuff there. So let me just show you again where all this is. So let's go back one, back. Here was in the home space, blocks. Okay, here's your sofa right there. There's the dining set that is in there. And now you can find the toilet and bathroom in what's called the house designer here. So double click on house designer, blocks, and then here's your bathtub. There's a top view of the toilet. Notice if you were not doing a plan view but maybe a front view, and there's the front view of a toilet. Okay, so there's where all the blocks are. You can just explore to see what's there. clicking on these different things. Notice maybe if you're doing something with pipes in it, well, here's different pipe blocks, right, to show different elbows and different things. You have even for heating and ventilation and air, there's different blocks for all of that, right? So a mixing box, steam tube. So lots of these are already built in that you wouldn't have to draw yourself. Okay, so you can go ahead and scale these as you would like, make them bigger or smaller based on your own preference, and then place them where you want. Okay, so I'll let you design your house based on how you would like. Just one thing to keep in mind here is that you can also just do some drawing if you want. So for example, you see the kitchen has these counters right here. Well, you can just draw that. Make sure that your furniture layer is on. Okay, and here let's actually rotate this. Okay, I can move this here. So now let's say if I want to draw a counter, well, I can just make a rectangle, and here, let's make a counter or something like this. Okay, there's a counter. Yeah, so again, you can just draw as you would see fit here to design your counters as you would like. Okay, so there's a little bit. I'll let you be creative in what you would like to do for that. You can place your tables here, so go ahead, and I don't exactly care what you have in the house, but it needs to be a bit logical. Okay. Alright, the last thing I want to show in this video is to show how you can add some of these text notes here, like the bedroom, air vent, these notes in the drawings that will really help just describe and give more information about what you're trying to do. Okay, so the first thing, let's go make sure I'm in the correct layer. So let's turn the text note layer on. Okay, and now let's click the drop down arrow. There's a couple ways to define text. I think the easiest way is this multi-line text. Click there, and let's just click and let go and click again. Okay, and now I can type whatever I want. Let's say this is bedroom. Okay, and then I can say close the text editor. Whoop, where'd it go? It's really small, right? If I zoom in, yeah, zoom out again, it's really small. So how do I change that? Let's just double click on this. If I highlight it, I can change the size over here. So it's on a size 0, really small. Now let's change it to 1, press enter. Scroll out. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, well, it's still too big. Double click on it again. I'm going to highlight the text, and I don't know, let's make it 0.5. See what that is. That's a little better. Okay. Close the text editor, or just click anywhere, does the same thing. Okay. And now I can just move this. Let's say here. Let's make it a little bit smaller here. Okay. I'm going to make it 0.3, let's say. That's better. Okay. There's a bedroom. Now to move it, I'm just going to copy it. So let's just select it. Control C on your keyboard, and then click anywhere here and Control V. There's Control V, and now I can just copy paste like that. So now I could just repeat it again, repeat the text command, or I can just copy and then paste here, and then I can double click on this and just edit it, right? Let's call this the living room. Okay, now click here. Now notice it went onto 2 lines. If I click here, and now I want to make it 1 line, let's click on this little arrow for the column width, click and let go and drag it out, and click again. Okay, and now I've made it longer so that it can fit all on 1 line. If I make it smaller, it fits on 2 lines. Okay, anything that you would like. Just make sure it's clear and easy to read. Okay, so let's click this, Control C, and then Control V, and let's just click anywhere up here. Let's name this one. I'll double click on it to edit it. Let's call this the air vent. I can move it. There we go. There's the air vent. So you can go through and add text as you would like, just like that. Different text that you would want. This is just information that tells you things about the drawing. Okay, so when I go through and put my dimensions in, maybe I want to say what units the dimensions are in. So I could go create a text box here, and let's say the dimensions are in meters. Okay. Now again, I don't want it 0. What did we have it on? 0.4 or something. Press enter. Oop, still too small there. Okay. Highlight it. Oop, let's make sure highlight it all. And let's change it to 0.4. Enter. Scroll out. There it is. Okay. So once you've created one text, it's easy just to copy paste it and then edit it after you've done that. Right? So some of the other text you could add that you see here, you can say what the exterior wall thickness is, the interior wall thickness, and then say that all dimensions are in meters. So now you know everything to make your drawing look like this. So I'll let you make your drawing look like that. And then the next video, which will be the last one, will simply show you how to add the green dimensions.